Pattern Jayoo Jirugi. So this is a non-traditional pattern. Now, not all ITF groups will perform these patterns. These were introduced when I was young. So when I first learnt Taekwondo, I started with Nichols Taekwondo or Imperial Taekwondo, later developed to become UK ITF. These were introduced so that we could learn how to apply some of the traditional movements that we'd learned in a self-defense setting. So obviously, if someone comes towards you, you can't block their movements with a traditional block with a reaction arm. It wouldn't work. You'd look rather silly. These patterns, as we go through, they adapt some of the traditional movements into non-traditional setting. So the first one doesn't have any blocks in it. It is just a punch and a jab. So I'm going to take my ring like I have for all the white belt patterns. Just pop that one on the floor. Again, as with both of the traditional patterns, when we're at white belt level, I explain it as a busy leg and a lazy leg. So for this pattern, we're going to take our left leg back first. So that's going to become the busy leg that does all the moving. My right leg is going to be the lazy one that can only be bothered to twist. So I'm going to start in Chumbi. Now, whenever I start these patterns, the first thing I need to do, as in any sort of self-defense situation, is make sure I'm guarding my head. So I'm going to step back and I'm going to guard my head. From here then, I'm going to throw a jab. So it's a punch off the lead arm here. And I'm going to come straight back to my chin again. I'm then going to drag my left leg behind me. So I'm going to turn 90 degrees to my left this way here. And I'm going to jab again. And then I'm going to go to the back. And I'm going to jab. And now I'm going to go to the last direction that I haven't been to. I'm going to throw a jab. And then I'm going to throw a punch. And then I'm going to come back to my chin again. And then I'm going to come back to Chumbi. When I do the other half, I'm going to move myself over to the other side. I'll then take my right leg back. One. Now, as we move through these, you'll start to get the hang of it and you'll start to get in a bit of a flow. So what we want to try to avoid is to turn and punch at the same time. When we turn, we want to get ourselves grounded and then jab, because we want to be able to use our body to put power into this movement. If I turn and jab, I'm actually moving sideways and backwards whilst I'm jabbing, which is the opposite direction to where I want my power to go. So I'm going to turn, jab, turn, because this is the last direction. I'm going to jab, and I'm going to throw my body in, punch, because it's the last movement. I'm going to shout kiap, and I'm going to return back to Chumbi. Now, these patterns need to be done with aggression and vigor. So try not to just coast through it. Every time you change direction is like a new start, like a fresh start to that attack. So when I take my left leg back, I'm going to attack the person in front of me as hard as I possibly can. I'm then going to relax a little bit, turn to the next one, and then attack them as hard as I can. As we start to move through the patterns, and we get slightly higher up with these, and they introduce blocks and kicks as well, each direction wants to be 100%. The turn we can almost use as a little micro break. And that helps with making sure that the patterns are firstly sustainable, because you have lots of them to do, especially when you get to your black belt grading, but it also gives you a change in pacing. So like with traditional patterns, we like to have a relax and then an attack. We want that in these patterns as well. We want to be relaxed and then fully attack one side, and then relax and then fully attack the next side. So that is pattern Jayoo Jirugi, and that is the first non-traditional pattern that you'll learn with us.